Right, okay everyone, so welcome back to the next episode of Exehaven Harbour, which I believe is 81 episodes. Well anyway, look, we're focused on this bridge at the moment. This is where the sort of lower part of the main line will run across. And my thoughts over the past couple of evenings have been going towards this bridge. Now, I want to sort of scratch build a bridge, if you like, and as you can see I've got some of the Pico girders there, which is what I'm basically going to use. And if I sort of just pan that round, that will obviously go into Exehaven Harbour, and where's my finger, where that point is there, it will come off and it will go round on the main line. And as I explained last time, I haven't quite got room because of the slope leading up to the bridge to get the junction from the other line, which will be here, as you can see. So I'm going to have to do it on the other side of the bridge over here. But anyway, going back to the bridge, I want to make a bridge. I'm kind of scratch building, kit bashing a bridge. At the moment that needs strengthening because that's dipping in the middle somewhat. But that will be in the course of time. Now if I move you round slowly, if that is slowly, we're going to go, and I don't know whether you've noticed this picture before, and I'm sorry for the reflection, but this is the bridge that leads into Barmouth, and I'm going to go for something like that. It's not going to be an exact copy, but it's going to be similar. So we've got the two, there's my finger gone again, there it is. We've got the two sort of arched girders there, which I will use my Pico girders for. And underneath I'm going to scratch build those sort of tubular mounts to the bridge. And with the two strings that will cross over in the middle. And we'll sort of paint them up and make them look nice and gungy. So I'm probably going to do that quite soon, and in fact I might even make a start on it today, because I kind of want the bridge in and done and set up, as it were. Sorry about the poor camera work there, but that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, I've got the schools class running round today. Is running along really nicely. Thanks to Mr. Ireland. There she comes, and we'll finish this little sequence just by watching this go through. There she is. Beautiful. Right, so quick update on the bridge. We're making the supports now. They're going quite well. They're a little bit fiddly, but not too bad. I'm making them from basically what I had of this evergreen styrene. I've got the 7.9mm tube, which is item number 230, and then we've got these strips which are basically 1mm or 75 by 1mm. I think that's what it is anyway. And that's number 132, and I think I've got to say they're coming up quite nice, quite good. I've got this one on the go, and I've got one more to do. Basically I've just cut out some card to make some standing there, measured to about the right height for what we need. It's probably a centimetre short, but I'm going to put a millimetre or two, I think it's 2 millimetres short. But on the top of the tubes I'm going to put a couple of square pads for the bridge to sit on. So that's where we're at with that, and that's coming along quite nicely. Once these are done, I'm going to spray them black, and I think I might actually leave them black. The pieces at the bottom, these will be covered in brick texture, and on the top I shall probably just paint them concrete colour, and then weather them up accordingly to where they're sitting within the estuary. So yeah, so they're coming on okay. Right, so all the bridge piers are done, and I'm quite pleased with those. That's the bridge deck, which has been strengthened now with another piece of the same MDF material. I don't know whether you can just see that underneath there, to stop that bowing, and it won't bow now because it's sort of being carried on the piers. Like I say, at the top of the each column I will put a plastic card square for the bridge to sit on. This is obviously just mocked up, but yeah, I'm really pleased with that, and with the girders and fencing that will go on there, that should look the part. Right, so a brief update on how the bridge is coming along, and it seems to be coming along okay. So I think in a previous segment you have seen the struts. I've added took a while, cut out these top plates. I've put corner edging on there. This will be covered in brick at some point. The bridge itself has had girder edgings put along the edge. These have the girders have actually been fitted on, stuck on, and I'm about to stick on this very, very fine, I don't know whether you can see that, there it is, fence, which will go along here. And this is brass etched fencing that I've got from Fretcetera. It's very, very fine, and I just found it has never been used, and I thought, well, that's going to go on there, and that will look the business when it's all sprayed up. So as will hopefully all of it. So yeah, working away. That's taken me quite a long time to do a lot of this today, especially some of the cutting out of the sort of the plate pieces on the top of the columns. That's been quite time consuming, but it's coming along, and I know it all looks a little bit odd and strange at the moment, but hopefully it's going to look the business when it's all sprayed up. So that's where I'm at with that. Hi everyone, and just a quick update on how the bridge is going. What I'm doing now, these white strips that are going across these here, this is going to hold the track down. Now the plan is to sort of kind of, these kind of bridges, they're kind of all of a metal structure, and and I've got a wooden base obviously, but once that gets sprayed up, that's obviously going to be grey, and I just want to give it a hint of that metal work that the rails run on going across there. Now there will be some cross beams of this as well going across at certain points, but annoyingly I've run out of that strip that I'm using for that, so I'll have to get some more of that tomorrow. But I'm hoping that's going to look quite nice, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some plastic card strips that run down the track that run across here, and that'll get sprayed up as well, the same colour, so as the rest of the bridge. So hopefully it'll all look quite good. In my head it's looking good anyway. But there we go. I've been out today, went to Halfords, my local Halfords, and I bought some spray paint, and this is specially for art. So this is Art FX, and I've got black and grey, and it's a strong matte effect that is ideal for artwork. So I'm going to give this a go. It could be quite good, and it was quite reasonably priced actually. It was because I actually set out to buy some just normal Halfords black and grey paint, and or spray paint, and their tins were $11.99, although they were slightly bigger. But these were only I think they were $6.99, something like that. So I thought I'd give them a go. I haven't used them before, so we'll have a look. And the other thing that I'm doing at the moment is that I'm just sort of seeing, I don't know whether that's going to be get in focus there, but this brass fret from Fretcetera is basically a strip of dots put in it to simulate bolts, and I'm going to use those on the struts of the bridge, just a couple in each, but I'm just trying to see what the effectiveness of it is be, and obviously when it's all sprayed up it'll look like it's jointed. So quite an interesting task. I think you could just about make the dots in there, but yeah, so I'm going to have a little go at that and see what I can do, and that will just go on the struts of the bridge over here. Right, so I'll come back and I'll give you another update when we're a bit further forward. Right, so moving on with another little update. I've put the detail on the the struts. Now, I think I mentioned, and I know I mentioned in the last segment or the segment before, I was going to use the brass rivet strips that I had. Now, I tried that, and believe me, I had the devil's own job to get one on and to stick on without my hand sticking to it because I was using super glue. So I abandoned that, and now I've used this here, half round, number 240, very thin, and I've literally just finished this. These need clearing up a little bit, but you can see the little detail here, and I think, and that's all I'm going to do on there. Not forgetting this is N gauge, and to be honest, I'm not sure you would have ever seen the rivet detail anyway. And you know, once these are painted up, I don't think you're going to see much of that either. So, but it's just a little extra detail. There's not going to be much more added to that. I'm currently at the moment just doing a little bit of work on the bridge deck as well. So hopefully there's just about 2 or 3 more stages to go through before I can give them a good spray paint. Well, hi everyone, welcome back, and there is the result of about a week's work, and the bridge, this is where the bridge will sit. It's all sprayed up now in that very dark grey Halfords Art Effects paint, and I'm really pleased with that. What I'm going to do after I've shot this little sequence is take it back indoors and we're going to give it some weathering. And I don't, to be honest with you, I don't think, because it's N gauge, it'll have a bit of weathering, but I don't think it needs lots and lots. So I'm quite happy how that's turned out, as I say, and it's been not without its trickiness, but I think I've just about got it right, and or say get it right. What I'm happy with. So I might just raise you up a little bit, because on the tracks across the bridge, I don't know whether you'll be able to see that. There we go. I've sprayed some strips that will sit in the track so that it makes it look like it's kind of a steel plated bridge as such. Right, so let's lift you up so that you can see the track on the top, because I've laid some of those strips in there. I think you can see that okay from there. Sorry about the wobble. If it is wobbling, I think this the camera on this iPad does take some of the wobble away. But if I put the tripod down again, there we go. So that's the full sweep across there, and that's how it will look in front of that. So now I can, once I've weathered it a bit, it won't be stuck down, but I can get on again now because that forms part of the main line. The two bridges there, the one at the back and the one just in front of it that I've just built, forms the main line because it will do sort of a kind of double loop round the layout. But it's a nice little bridge that cuts across the estuary. And just as a reminder, let's just turn you around slowly. That's what it was based on, the bridge leading into Barmouth. I mean, obviously it's not quite an exact replica, but it's, you know, based on those sort of, on that design really. This is a John design from Exehaven. So yeah. So it's an on-golfing Saturday, so I think Mrs. Exehaven's going out, so I've got carte blanche, no jobs. Well, there is one job, but I'll do that in a minute, but it'll only take me a minute or two. And yeah, all done. Fantastic. I'll show you just when I've weathered it, just to see what it looks like. But it does mean that I can get back on the layout probably on Monday and start laying some more track again. Whee! Be back in a while. So I'm weathering away now, and as you can see, the results are pretty good. It's a very, very simple technique. I got it off an American YouTube channel, and I'll give you a little demonstration of it in a second. But obviously the pier on the left and the pier on the right has been weathered, and what I use is this WWS weathering powder rust. And I won this off of Gary at Shetland Carlisle. I ran a little competition quite some time ago now, Gary, I think, wasn't it? A couple of years ago. And I'm using that. And basically, all I do, I've got the pot, but I put a little bit of on the surface that I'm using, this bit of cardboard that I use to spray the bridge up. And all I'm using is some extra hold hairspray. I've got this knackered old, if I can get that in shot, knackered old stiff brush, and basically what you do, you spray it with hairspray, or spray the pier with hairspray, dab your brush in the weathering powder, and then just dab it all over. So dunk, 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 and you're done. But when you first do it, because you've sprayed it with hairspray, you can't see that you've actually done anything. It doesn't show that you've actually started weathering it, but when it dries off, it gives you that kind of crusty, rusty effect, and it's very, very effective. And I haven't used it for some time, and I'd forgotten all about it. I had to go back and find the video the other day, and that took an hour just to find that video because I can't remember the name of the channel. But yeah, it comes out really well, and I'm very pleased with how that's turning out. So I'm going to leave you now. I'm going to get back to the rest of the bridge, and I'm using the same technique all over that bridge. Hopefully I won't use all my daughter's hairspray up, and otherwise it'll be something else I've got to buy. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. So I'm going to call that about finished. I hope you can see some of the lovely rusting detail on there. To the eye, it looks fantastic. I've got to say, I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm chuffed. You might be able to see it on some of the sort of poles for the bridge, stanchions, whatever you like to call them. I'm not even, can you see? Yeah, you can see the fine fretwork of the fence. Even that's got some rust on it, and I'm very, very pleased with the overall look. It gives it that look of a seaside estuary. I've been out in the weather for years. Perhaps need a little bit of maintenance now, look. But that's kind of what you're trying to aim for with a model railway, I think, is to have different kind of looks. I'm now wondering whether the bridge that's at the back there needs redoing, and it probably it probably will, but not for today. So another little project finished. Like I say, it's taken me about a week, on and off, a few hours here, a few hours there, and there's still a couple of little bits that perhaps I want to deal with, but to be honest with you, you don't know, you can't see. And like I keep saying, it is N-gauge, and I think you can overdo it in N-gauge, and to be honest, I was getting close to overdoing this, and you've got to try and reel back a little bit, because sometimes some of the weathering can look overscale. I've seen some layouts where they've done that, and it looks good, but it would have been great in 00, but N, just need to scale it back a bit, because the detail isn't quite so fine. And although I love the detail, it's, you know, it's knowing when to stop, I think, with N-gauge. And I think we'll call that the end of that project, and like I say, we'll be back doing a bit of track laying on Monday. So I'll wrap this video up, I think, otherwise it's going to get too long, and then I'm going to get a little bit ahead of myself and have a video already set up ready for next Friday, and then I can just carry on at my own free will, really, which makes a change. I've done that in the past where it's quite handy, but you sort of get caught up with yourself. So yep, there we go, we'll tie that up. Thanks ever so much for watching, everybody. The last video done amazingly, and it's still going really strongly, and I've picked up more subscribers, and thank you to you if you are new, and thanks everybody else for your continued support. We've had some great comments, and the Carpathia build has gone down very well. I don't think there'll be anything of the Carpathia in this one, because I haven't done that much to it. I've done a bit, but not much, so I'll save that for the next video, and that might feature a bit more in that one. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode.